Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Scarfcast number 37, the corporate catastrophe.
Very.
But yeah, for the time being, before we go into our main topics, we got like a few bonus topics that I'm gonna go over first, as well as some mini topics. So, firstly, let's go over the whole "I am not Starfire" thread that you made.
Yeah, okay. So I ended up getting extremely stupidly popular. And by stupidly popular, I mean stupidly popular. So, yeah, no, okay. So I'm at now 2,000 followers, and I'm probably going to hit 2,100 in the near future. This is going to be the trend. Mm. So, besides that, yeah. So I reviewed I Am Not Starfire. It's a bad book. Um, in my opinion. I tried. I think it's bad. And oh dear lord. Did someone just go ape shit on me about it? But only one person. Other than that, it's been received well, and honestly, most people who read it are like, God, I can see how bad this book. And I've also been recommended by Amazon if people want to see if this book is good for their kids. That is a thing that actually happened. I am not joking. I have the proof. Like literally, a review on Amazon actually recommended one of my threads on it. So
Oh,
yeah,
dude, you're getting recognition everywhere.
I know. Look, I am not gonna let this get to my head right now. It's dumb. I really shouldn't be. Right now, I feel like a children's entertainer who just went edgy and can't stop saying fuck all the time. Either way, I am. Either way, I just find it funny that somebody was like, "Parents, check out his thread if you want to know how good it is for your kids." And that's a thread where I make a fucking incest joke.
Yeah. Uh,
Like, oh, Jesus Christ! Like, I don't take myself that seriously as a reviewer. I often, play up like stuff, but man, I am in a weird world right now. And apparently, I have driven someone insane by becoming I will defend. I am not Starfire.
yeah. Well, I guess it's because you don't take yourself so seriously that you're probably getting popular. So you might sound genuine enough to actually be relatable.
Yeah,
I,
fair enough.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's also
So
possibly that it's like even big YouTubers are now recommending your thread.
at this point, I literally I got recommendations. For all I know, I might end up getting like I might end up getting one of the bigger. I might end up becoming one of the bigger comic YouTubers, but we'll see. I don't know.
You
I'm
you
joking, of
might get
course.
there. I mean, it's like who knows? Maybe
Well,
you'll get a
it,
guest star in some of the bigger guys' shows.
honestly, because of I Am Not Starfire, we might. I think it also gave us a boost in popularity to our YouTube. We're sitting at 130 subscribers right now.
Yeah, I mean that's great for us. I mean that's the channel that I've been trying to get us to grow. I mean this channel, the one that I'm streaming on. I mean this is just a thing I do for fun. I don't really care if it if it grows or not. The one I'm actually working on is your channel.
Well, we're trying to get it, and if we get it growing, and then hey, I might be hell. If we are able to set up a Patreon, then we can be like, hey, we now get money for this eventually. But we're
Yeah.
only at 132 right now. My Twitter is kind of like, okay, that's where I'm mostly putting my content because that's what get the most eyes on me. You know?
Yeah, that's what I was showing off there, AJ. Is like he was actually acknowledged by Clownfish TV of all people. I mean, however you might feel about those two, I mean, it's nice that that they actually gave him some publicity there.
Yeah, like honestly, I'm just kind of shocked. So hey, it is it is what it is. So, but yeah, no, Iron Mark Starfire is kind of terrible. It's a really bad book, and dear lord, they somehow made a very unlikable character in Mandy, and I'm impressed by how much people just don't like her. Um, she is hated, and I mean hated. But yeah, no, so far it's gone over pretty well overall. It's probably one of my more popular threads. At the very least, I only dealt with one crazy person instead of the entire Amelia Clark fandom.
uh, that's the life of a Twitter person fighting off entire armies.
Yeah. Yeah, no, honestly, it's one of those things just like honestly, it's just one of those things that just like, look, I trolled them more successfully than most people. I used gunpla and comic book lettering.
Yeah. Should we get the whole Chris Chan thing over with?
Yeah, let's do that since it's come up. And you want to know one of the reasons why I brought it up? Because you want to know what happened today?
Oh dear. Did you
They
get
got
involved?
arrested.
Oh, they got arrested?
Yeah, today.
Just holy crap.
Yeah, not kidding. Uh,
Yeah, for those of you who
they,
don't know, Chris Chan is. Uh,
the
I think
most
he is.
documented man on the planet or
Yeah,
person.
the. I want to say, like, the OG lol cow. He's
They're
just.
definitely they're definitely the most famous example, if not the originator.
He. It's like. Or it's like they are part of the. Them are part of the reason that Kiwi Farms exists. I mean, this is a person so delusional they believe that all their trolls are being genuine to them, and that's why they are. That's why Chris Chan keeps uh keeps getting trolled so easily. I mean, it started with the whole Sonichu business. I mean, and then it went on to the whole. I don't know what the heck he did. I think he changed genders and then it went on to particular relations with his mothers that seemed kind of like very off-putting, and it kept going on from there.
Yeah. Anyway, the whole thing with but yeah. So Chris sexually abused his mother.
Yeah,
There is no way to really get about that here, and yeah, this is pretty much everyone's tolerance for this. And Chris has now been arrested for it, so it's just kind of like been a weird day. I don't follow him, but then again, I saw them at MagFest actually
we both
at a
did.
panel about them. Yeah, so
Yeah,
this is kind of
this is awkward.
yeah, it's awkward for us all. But at least
That
they're
makes how
now
many?
arrested.
That makes how many sexual deviants we've had encounters with?
More than I
Actually,
want to really.
actually, I've kind of lost count because I did perform for Rocky Horror, so who knows how many were there.
Yeah.
So, uh, but yeah, we'll get it's like more on sexual abuse later on. I think I'll save that for the final topic. But for the next thing, uh, the purges are underway with the whole Workshop community, as the Emperor's text-to-speech uh, is, I think they've been taken down,
No, what happened
or
is that they deliberately put themselves in hiatus.
yeah, they put themselves into hiatus. I mean, it's happening, guys. It's like Rand Paul style happening.
Um, What's happening right now is that Warhammer is trying to make new media apps, and right now they're trying to make sure that um like no one else is making fan animations because they actually hired fan animators for this. And so right now we're in kind of like a weird mode where Games Workshop is basically soiling any goodwill they could have built up, and I mean it. Like, it's impressive. For every strive Games Workshop gets to, they always manage to shoot themselves in the foot with a shotgun.
Yeah, it makes you wonder how many feet they have left.
It's not so much how it's not so much how many feet they have left, it's how much of a stump they have left.
Damn.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like,
But
I mean, as far as I know, I mean, some people have tried to make pushback for this. I mean, I know Arch did, but then again, because he's Arch, everyone kind of threw him under the bus at that point.
yeah, I know. And honestly, right now, the Emperor's text to speech, they made a choice, and I can't say I blame them for what they're doing. The guy has a kid. And once that's in the picture, you can't really be like the I'm going to like no, you
Yeah,
have a
you can't be
kid.
gung ho like that. It's like you gotta take care of your family.
Yeah, so I'm not gonna fault him for that, honestly. Like, and I kind of understand it. It's one of those things of. It's also the fact is he wants to keep the series fun,
Mm-hmm.
and this is way too dramatic for it to leave on the other side, man. And the fact that he has enough self awareness to actually make that choice is commendable on a lot of levels. It's just that right now I blame more Games Workshop for what they're doing and how they're handling it, because what I think they're doing is actually kind of wrong and how they're handling it, especially because honestly, Games Workshop has always been bad at promoting itself, and this is just them doing their shit. Their fans have always been doing it better than them, and the fact that they're kind of treating them like shit, no, fuck that. Yeah, look, you want to be successful, leave your fans alone, dude. And I actually mean it because you're doing such a shit job. Who the fuck cares about you?
Yeah, like I
Yeah.
always said before, I mean, just be ready to jump ship from your fandom if at any times. Don't get way too attached to them because in our corporatized culture, things can go to hell real fast.
Yeah, it's fair.
I mean,
You know?
I mean, I got lucky. I mean, I got the Lovecraft fandom.
Yeah, that's fair. No, it's fair, man. I'm just really ticked off, honestly.
Yeah, it
You know?
sucks. I mean, in fact, you might be safe too, because I don't think anyone's gonna mess with. Anyone's going after the Gundam fandom. Or
There have been cases, so, it's been kind of a thing. There have been people who tried, and it hasn't been going easy on that end because Gundam's in kind of like that weird place of where its politics are all over the place sidewise.
yeah,
So it's not like everyone is like in full agreement on stuff. Uh-huh.
yeah. It's gotta be funny if it turns out it's like the only two fandoms that survive all these shenanigans. It's just my fandom and yours.
It would be so weird, but it is what it is. So, hey,
Eldritch
um,
monsters and giant robots galore. And then all of a sudden we turn into the Pacific Rim.
yeah. Honestly, like I don't know what's gonna happen eventually, but it is what it is right now. So,
Yeah, ah, jeez. And yeah, keep in mind, it's like, uh, you guys let this happen. I
Yeah.
Part of it is because the Warhammer community is very divided, and they're too busy trying to throw each other on the bus. I gotta admit, Arch was way too charitable when he actually stood up for these guys over the whole like Warhammer over dropping his Warhammer name. Because the only reason he did that was because instead of like fighting against Games Workshop is because he would have had to throw so many Warhammer channels under the bus over that one cease and desist
Oh
thing that
yeah.
happened.
Oh yeah.
It would have been a scorched earth policy, and then turns out Games Workshop is doing that anyways.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the community still threw him under the bus. So it's like, dude, what did you die for?
Yeah. What did you die for?
It's like, oh my god. If anything, it's like at
Well,
that point, it's like that's not even a community worth saving at the end of the day.
yeah, like honestly, I'm just ticked honestly with all this going on. So
Yeah, it is a shit show, and it's a shame because I kind of like the setting of Warhammer, even though they stole much of the assets from other settings. But but that's the beauty part of Warhammer. It's like a castle. It's like a mixture of all the other stuff you like from other space fantasy, space sci-fi settings.
yeah. Yeah, it's true. It's I really like uh I really like I really like a lot of aspects about Warhammer. It's just I really hate the fact that Games Workshop keep doing this to themselves because like when will you stop being dumb?
Exactly.
And that's on it. That's honestly how I feel.
Ah, Jesus.
Yeah, but it is what it is.
If yeah, eventually they're gonna start going after the lore channels.
Oh dear lord.
And
Then what? Then how are people gonna like get into it?
I know. I, I mean, I've watched. I mean, recently I've watched The Last Church, and I remember that one kept getting taken down. And then there's oh geez, now I have to wonder. It's like, what are they gonna do when they discover Flash gets whole Space Marines versus furries animation?
Oh God, of course.
Because I don't think Flash Gits would back down.
Probably not.
And I almost wish it would happen just to see the shit show afterwards when Games Workshop has to take them to court and explain how furries it's like, are infringing upon their property.
Oh dear lord. Yeah, we're already in like weird territories because some furry characters are actually copyrighted. I'm not
Oh
kidding.
dear. Yeah, I would imagine
Why?
so.
There's some stupid shit already on the law.
Well, yeah, that's because, well, a lot being written by stupid people. And speaking of laws, let's check out how people are reacting to the Nexus mods update. Nexus mod creators revolt over the cancellation rules. Now,
But
I admit I am extremely late on this one. I had only just heard about it. And it is
I
video
don't.
game related, so it's like, okay, now I really gotta talk to it because I've gotten a lot of stuff off of Nexus mods as being like a Skyrim fan and even a Fallout fan. But
Huh?
holy shit. Here's what Nexus is trying to do. They're trying to release this thing called mod packs, which is a collection of mods that work together. So you have a fully modded experience on one download. The problem is if a mod creator has a mod within that mod pack, but he deletes his mod, that messes up the entire mod pack because then it becomes incomplete. So what Nexus mods have decided to do is restrict people from fully deleting their own content. I think at most, uh, it'll at least leave a legacy version of it up there, or an archive. It'll automatically archive a version of the mod up there. It's just that the mod won't be viewed on the creators page on the site. And in response, creators are upset, and probably mostly from like the lack of communication, lack of handling. They feel like they have no control over the mods they put on there now. So a lot of them are leaving, and they're going to other places. I've heard that they are sharing their mods on over Discord. Some are going into ModDB. Some are even going into Lover's Lab, which is hilarious to me. Kind of reminds me of that time where it's like all the YouTubers that got banned started making channels on Pornhub. So yeah, this is yeah. For those of you who don't know, Lover's Lab is it's a mod database for porn mods. Well, Skyrim porn mods and I guess Fallout 4 porn mods too.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what's going on with Nexus mods right now, and I think this is due their their mod their mod packs are due to release. Our mod pack system is due to release on the 3rd, so like 2 days from now.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, this has totally messed up with the whole modding community there. And keep in mind, Bethesda's been, let's face it, let's be real here. Bethesda's like on the verge, been trying to mess up their own modding community for a while now with paid mods. So this is just like another thing that can go wrong within modding communities.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this is one of those things that actually has me legitimately pissed off because I like modding my games, especially with stuff from Nexus mods, and now it's like chances are there's probably gotta be stuff I can't find on Nexus mod anymore. Or there's gotta be like modders that I like that are no longer on Nexus mods. So yeah,
Yeah.
ugh, this really sucks. I mean, have you heard about this before?
Yeah, the Nexus mod stuff. This is actually the first time I really heard. I heard whispers of it, but haven't really dug into the scene. Mostly because I've kind of been busy with other things.
Yeah, I've been busy too. I mean, I don't have the full story. I mean, there's probably other people who have dug deeper into this than I
Yeah.
have, but yeah, this is just something I just that I just found out about.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, that's right. AJ Shim's a content creator too, isn't he? So
Yeah. Technically.
it'll only be a matter of time before my stories will succeed, fill the void that
Believe.
disgruntled fans need. You know, if AJ makes the next Warhammer 40K, I'll be satisfied with that. I trust him with it more than Sick Fox
Yeah.
Studios.
Shin Hammer 40K.
Yeah, Shimhammer 40K. Yeah, jeez, that's the thing about Raging Golden Eagles. Like when when franchises crap themselves while everyone else is lamenting, he's cheering because he thinks he's gonna end up taking over the market on that one. Which, okay, for lewd material, sure, but I don't trust the guy to make the new Lord of the Rings.
Uh, that's fair.
I mean, not unless it's like not unless I expect him to replace Aragorn with a demon sword wielding blonde with bikini armor. Yes, ship hammer footy king. That would be awesome. But next thing, oh yeah, what was my next thing? It's the next thing actually got me laughing, cause you know about the whole Scarlett Johansson suing Disney, right?
Don't I know about it? Yes.
Yeah, well, it doesn't even end there. Emma Stone's considering it too.
Oh, I know. She's not the only one either.
Emily Blunt as well. It's,
He
we are losing count right now. I mean, it's almost as if ScarJo jumping into action has kind of like caused everyone else to jump into a whole bandwagon. I mean, is this deja vu? Am I seeing another Cosby event happening? Oh yeah, more on that later. Oh, East Asian style Lord of the Rings called Myths in of the Middle Kingdom. You know what? I would totally go for that. I mean, our medieval fantasy has to explore outside of Europe at this point.
I would like that. But no, we have to. Honestly, that reminds me. I have to check out the Green Knight when it comes out on streaming.
Yeah, I mean, it looks kind of cool.
It's neat, at least conceptually.
Yeah, but yeah, essentially, yeah, it has not been a good day for Disney. I mean, I
Oh,
think one of their responses, which let you decide how tone deaf this whole thing sounds, but I think their issue, I think when they tried to dismiss the whole Scarlett Johansson lawsuit, they were actually invoking the whole epidemic thing that happened fairly recently. It's like, shame on you for demanding. Because here's the detail about the whole lawsuit: Disney promised her just full on theater releases for the Black Widow movie.
yeah.
And then they streamed it on Disney Plus, which actually might have hurt sales on the Black Widow movie. I'll let you guys decide how true that is. But so ScarJo is suing for that, and
Well,
Disney's
honestly,
excuse was that, well, because of the whole like thing that happened earlier, it's like we have to, I guess, lessen the amount of people in theaters. It's like, what the hell are you doing,
um,
Disney?
look, they would have solved this easily enough that they just renegotiated before they released the movie,
Exactly.
or just handed her over $20 million. But here's the thing: according to the contract, it said the movie had to be in theaters only.
Yeah, exactly.
So there's not really much Disney can do here. They're kind of in the wrong. And this is one of those lawsuits that probably had to happen at some point.
Yeah, and I don't think this is gonna be one where they can drag it out because ScarJo is rich too.
Yeah,
I mean, this
I don't
isn't.
think anybody can.
Yeah, this is not a disgruntled employee at one of your parks.
At this point, the easiest thing to do would just be give her the money and just leave it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, and Emma Stone's gotta be joining in the lawsuit over the whole Cruella movie, and And I forgot what Emily Blunt starred in, but yeah, she's joining too. It's like, why not everyone?
Yeah.
I mean, hell, John Boyega. I know you've been wanting to take a shot. Why not him too? I mean,
Hmm.
Disney is in the wrong here. I mean, I'm not pining for either side because I don't really have any personal attachment to either side of this issue. But Disney, if I had to pick a side, I'd probably be more on ScarJo's side because Disney is in the legitimate wrong here.
Oh yeah. Look, I'm not happy about either one of them, but Disney is wronger. Wrong.
This might be the sign of the times, where it's like people in Hollywood are starting to tear each other apart.
Oh yeah. But hell, look, we're even getting stuff like China is like not being considered like a high value priority at this point. Like, it is special,
It
and I'll
is.
tell you what. Like, they are so focused on the Chinese box office, and they're starting to notice how little return they're actually getting appealing to them. So it's gonna be a moment in time, honestly, when we might just have a case where they abandoned the CCP.
And we might all be better off for it.
We'll see. I honestly wouldn't like to see movies not have to worry about it. Look, truth is that one of the biggest problems holding back the movies is, well, China. So we'll have to see what's going on.
Yeah, let's make American movies again.
Yeah.
But yeah, it speaking of Hollywood style corruption,
Yeah.
final topic for now. There's more details coming out over the scumminess of Blizzard Activision in their whole lawsuit with with
The
including
Cosby.
like sex things like sexual harassment, suicide during a whole uh, like business what's it? It's like business trip that may or may not include a butt plug with lube and not limited to an entire suite called the Cosby Suite.
Mm.
Th-
Yeah.
this is why you don't mix Hollywood culture into gaming culture. Because now we have. Think about this. These are game developers doing this shit. So they are a bunch of nerds doing this shit. And I think this may very well be just an endemic thing amongst corporate culture as well.
Uh-huh.
But holy shit, the more stuff comes out, it's like the more messed up it's like looking at one of those creepy paintings where it's like the more you look at it, the more unnerving it gets. It's like I'm slightly disturbed. I'm also kind of amused at how fucked up this is getting because this is almost cartoonish. I mean, it's
Well,
uh yeah, frat boy cultures, groping coworkers. There's even been reports of how like there are times where it's like some employers would like crop dust the office, and by crop dusting I mean since like they would walk around like various cubicles and farting, namely the women's cubicles,
it's been special.
and and there are like certain jokes being made that are very inappropriate. It
I
is,
have a list. I don't want to say them.
yeah, it is beyond messed up. I mean, for crying out loud, when you're calling your suite the Cosby Suite, well, first of all, you're behind the times. It should be called the Epstein Suite at this point. It's
Yes.
and second of all, what the fuck?
Well, to be fair, they weren't trying to fuck children.
All right, fine. It's the Weinstein Suite.
Dear Lord, it's bad no matter what we do.
I mean, and by cartoonish, this is like something out of South Park. This is like that whole Jusian episode with those aliens.
Yeah, that sounds it actually.
I mean, apparently, when an indie game studio goes corporate, you probably have more to worry about than just the game sucking and being more
Well, um,
corporatized. It because corporate culture,
um,
yeah, corporate culture sucks. And I'm getting a lot of feedback from you, so I can't tell whether you're trying to talk or not.
okay, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. What's in the background? Is, is that me?
I, I think I know what it is. Can you hear it now?
No.
Okay, sorry about that. I think I know what it is. Anyway, no,
But
corporate background kind of sucks in general. Right now, the biggest problem with Activision Blizzard is just the corporate culture ended up seeping in, and dear lord, it has it caused issues, serious ones at this point. And right now, there's not much you can do about it other than I hope the victims get some safety.
yeah, I mean, I've heard about like how the like massive layoffs were not only used to like get rid of some of the toxic people, but also get rid of the victims too. So it's just it may have caused a lot of people to suffer in silence as well. It,
Yeah, and it just really blows to me to see this happen with Blizzard, especially because they've been trying to be. But I'll say this: you want to know what the sad part about this? And I'm just gonna say this: fuck Jason Schreier. You want to know why?
why?
He said he knew about this.
Uh, and let me guess, he was too busy talking about Gamergate to care.
Yeah, he was called out on it, and then he was like, "Gamergate's just trying to blame me." Fuck him.
Yeah, that's the other thing that kept setting off a million red flags in my mind. The constant mention of Gamergate throughout all of this. I mean,
Where
this
were the journalists? Apparently, they knew about this shit and didn't feel like it was to report on it. And they say they want to protect women?
exactly. It's what the fuck, dude.
Like, I'm sorry. Like, I'm sure there are very good game journalists who just want to do what they do and just do their job and stay within their realm of what they're good at. I get it. I'm not unsympathetic completely. Let me be fair.
Yeah.
But this type of shit? You didn't investigate? What the hell? Like, gaming is one of the most biggest industries right now. What do you want?
And the
Um,
bigger it gets, the harder it falls. That's how it goes.
yeah. Oh well.
But yeah, I mean, this is what's gonna be on your mind next time you guys start playing Overwatch and praising all the rainbow quaff representation within that game.
Yeah,
I mean,
ticks me off either way.
yeah,
But
it,
hopefully,
it is the most messed up thing. I mean, this could spell the fall of Activision Blizzard at this rate as this continues on. And when it continues on, we're gonna see more and more stuff come out and more people making accusations. It's gonna be like the whole Cosby thing all over again, which is fitting for a group that has the Cosby suite. I mean,
eh,
there are speculations that this may actually still be a power grab, which, true or not, they still allow this corporate culture to happen.
yeah,
I mean, and by the way, this is not gaming culture, guys. This is this is more like corporate culture. This is not the kind of thing that gamers do. I mean, most of us we we're too shy and secluded playing our single player games to actually look at other women, let alone sexually harass them.
well, it just ticks me off right now with everything going
Yeah.
on. But it is,
And I think what's going on is that when it became corporate, you ended up with a lot of guys who had too much of an ego boost because they were getting way too rich.
yeah,
So they figured they were able to get away with far more stuff than they were allowed to. It I mean, that's my own speculation on the whole thing.
mm-hmm.
It
But
I mean, what else can you say? I mean, Blizzard let this thing happen. Jason Schreier let this thing happen. Apparently, it's fucked up.
it's just fucked. And so, I guess we'll leave it on that sour note for now. But this has been a week, man.
It has been a week. It has been a bad week for corporations at this rate. And whatever happens, I mean,
Mhm.
let them fall. Let them burn. Disney, Activision, Blizzard. I mean, hell, even Games Workshop. Let them all burn. Because it's going to lead to their death. It's like, it will lead to their downfall. And don't harass any employees, by the way. I mean, some of these guys, they probably didn't know about it and they just worked there. And don't go all vigilante, guys. Don't be a Twitter vigilante. And don't go after people who still consume the products. Let, I mean, let's face it. There are some live streamers who have made it their careers to play World of Warcraft. Oh, and just imagine what's going to happen to that game after all this stuff blows over.
We're gonna have to see. Actually, it's already happened. You want to know what Blizzard did?
What?
They actually took out all references to the person on trial in the game.
Oh yeah, I also read about that one.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, there goes that legacy character. Also, one of the reasons why I don't like games as a service, because like they could change things on a whim.
Yeah.
I mean,
What's canon?
I've been meaning to make a video on that one too. I mean, for a long time because it was gonna be a response video to Ross's video on the whole games as a service. But personally, I still feel that that's the kind of thing that's inevitable. Just due to the fact that gaming has become way too corporatized, and their holy grail is to essentially turn games from a product to a service so that instead of you buying a product once and then being satisfied with it, you have to subscribe to a service in order to enjoy that product.
Yeah.
therefore giving them perpetual cash.
Hmm.
I mean, it. I mean, for crying out loud, Netflix is making their own gaming service. For, I mean, they're
Yeah.
still trying, guys. They're gotta keep trying, and God
Oh
knows,
yeah.
what's happening behind the scenes over there. And
Well,
people are still upset over Jeff. What is it? Jeff Bezos that went up on a rocket ship.
yeah.
Yeah, I try not to read it too much into the fact that his ship looked like a penis.
What ship doesn't look like a penis?
Yeah, but his ship specifically has that whole like mushroom headed shape.
Never mind.
It's just this, this is some hilarious stuff. But this is it, guys. It's like, I mean, I'm as capitalist as I come, but when I say I'm capitalist, what I mean is that everyone has the freedom should have the freedom to create their own business and actually profit off of it. I mean, it's like many immigrants have become capitalist in that same way. I mean, look at the guys who moved in from like Vietnam or Korea and started their own sub shop, or any Mexican dude who crossed the border to start his own like mechanic shop. That's capitalism, guys. Corporatism is not capitalism. In fact, if anything, it's anti-capitalistic because it centralizes all power into single corporate entities where you cannot start a business and own your own business unless you work as a subsidiary to another guy's business, the bigger corporations. And
Hmm.
the, and the sooner these tyrants fall, the better will be for it.